They don't watch porno tapes? What are they, aliens? They don't watch porno tapes? What are they, aliens?
Welcome back to the iWar Network Tubecast. I'm your host, Alex G. And with me this evening we have Scott Franklin and Matt Riley. What's going on tonight, gentlemen?
I think we have to answer the question everyone's been asking.
12 inches.
Who is Alex G making all these great beats online, all over TikTok?
Apparently I do make fresh beats. It's true. I spit hot fire.
Nice. I work with a kid who always says fire. Everything's fire.
Yeah, no, that's a thing.
These Pop-Tarts are fire. The car is fire. The tire song is fire. This receipt is fire. Like, oh my god, dude.
I went through a 3-month stretch where I said "nah mean" after every sentence. Circa nah mean. Like sometime in 2002. That was a thing for me. Yeah.
We all have rough patches.
We do. I look back at that time with sorrow and regret.
Back when I was 7, it's probably hot dog.
What cycle are we in? What cycle is this?
This is the September cycle.
Is it?
September 2023.
It's not dog days?
No, fall is next.
Oh.
They skipped dog days.
So no dog days this year, huh?
No.
I feel that Johnny B once explained how dog days actually works. He did do that one time, but I forgot what it was. It's like leap year almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a whole bunch of questions here, so we can do those if you want.
Yeah, let's do the queries. I guess queries.
All right.
Queries.
Question: why did the IWA stop using Clemmer for its prizes? The belt, as we've all known for many years, Clemmer belts made the championship belt that you got from IWA. Johnny B. Jr. The Clemmer Championship Belt Company has been producing our signature belts for decades, but we received word that our beloved belt maker had passed away.
Oh no!
Yeah, he was only 56.
Get out of here! Rest in peace.
It was a terrible, R.I.P. It was a terrible shock. We're still in the process of pursuing alternative arrangements. We would welcome any input from our always helpful players, always helpful players in that regard, and hope those in possession of the deceased artist's work will experience a renewed appreciation for the quality he put into every piece. Wow. Well, R.I.P. Clemmer Belt Company. That's sad. Yeah, it's too bad. 56 is really young.
We'll never get those clocks, though.
Especially when you realize you're 54.
Yeah. So question 2. Oh, Alex, you're gonna like this one.
Oh, good.
Question: where did the names of the 10 exhibition wrestlers come from? the Idaway, 10 wrestlers. You get, you go on the website and it's like Wildfire, Johnny Rage, and so forth.
Nook, the goddamn secret weapon.
That's right. Johnny B. Jr., one of my many, many brothers, worked as our in-house artist in the Idaway's early years, and he was tasked with creating a variety of opponents for wrestlers to face. My father, the original Johnny B, chose the names for each of them, which were inspired by their appearance. The members of that motley gang have been serving as our go-to carpenters ever since. So, yeah, Nook. Now I have to I gotta stop and look it up because
there's Wildfire Johnny Rage, which I want his face on a T-shirt, really bad.
I gotta go. Hold on, I gotta go.
Big Ben. Was it Jagger Von Dorn?
Yes.
Where's the thing with the faces? Ah, here it is. Here it is.
If you want to take us on, that's what it says, right on the ad.
Big Ben, Ace Stevens, Jagger Van Dorn, Body Bag Jones, Wildfire, Johnny Rage, Eric Darkstrom, Nook. Is it Nook or Nuke?
No, Nuke would be with a U.
Would it though? Maybe he's trying to play on words. All right, I'll say Nook, the secret weapon.
It's Nook. Oh, Johnny B, let's get a pronunciation on that. Can you spell that out phonetically for us, please?
Derek Craven, the man who fears barbers. El Diablo Sanchez and Tigar Singh. So there you go. Those.
I don't know if Tigar Singh is not culturally appropriation at this point. By the way, I have to look into that one.
Chief Wahoo McStereotype. I had to go through and filter out some of the old names. I was like, oh man. All right, so that was question 2. Question 3: what is something Matt gets wrong every time? This might be an ad lib. Johnny B. Jr. I think I better limit my answer specifically to Idaway history. During the previous Tubecast, he noted that in the past we had awarded $500 to the manager of the world champion each cycle. Those who witnessed the few mat-free years of the game know how the initial cash prize for winning the world was actually twice that figure.
$1,000?
What? We later split that $1,000 purse among several major champions. Wow. Perhaps Matt's brains protecting him from considering that he had not embarked on that fateful extended absence from activity. He may have been able to afford a non-potato computer by now. But the truth of the matter is that I would never have gifted him a world title with such a generous award at stake. When I was in the NAL earlier in the year and doing the best of the best against the other guys, I was kind of cutting promos against some guys like personal attacks. They were attacking me personally.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things is their go-to insult. The absolute go-to insult for all the guys who hate me is, you were gifted an Idaway championship. They gave it to you. And I always just think of them at Wendy's at the drive-through, or any topic, like the Legolas and Gimli in Lord of the Rings, where he's like, how about dying next to a friend? I can do that. And did you know that they gave Riley that championship? This stupid shit. All right, well, wow, $1,000. Holy crap. I always wonder. I know they probably won't tell us this, or Johnny doesn't have to divulge this, but I know you won't give us an actual hard number right now for players in the game. But at its peak, what was the most players in the game at one time? Either that or activity. What were the most players? Or what was the most activity? Because I know Mike Cook tracks activity across the game.
What about the year? I'm thinking best years IWA is probably 87, 88, 89. Probably had a resurgence in 97, 98.
I would say late 90s would be my guess. Only because
Attitude Era, wrestling's on fire at that point.
Because I think what you have is it's two things. One, I think it's late 90s, maybe mid 2000s, because you get those kids who played as high school players, and then they get credit cards. Oh yeah, bulk rate? I'll take 10 of them. But hey, it's a hobby, right? All right, so there it is. That's $1,000 at one point. So, okay, question. Next question. Here's one directed right at Alex.
Oh boy.
Do you have any suggestions for improving the Tubecast?
I never asked that fucking question. Get the fuck out of here.
I think he has. Johnny's just like, these fucking assholes. Tap, 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 tap. In light of the most recent episode, I believe viewers would enjoy seeing an animation of Steve Austin sliding into view Mortal Kombat style immediately following any remarks made by Alex. It was most unfortunate that the only manager in the chat box as the show began, Leon, was unable to locate his headset, thus rendering him unable to alert you to the audio issue. Thank goodness Scott was on hand to prevent the radio silence from spiraling completely out of control. I think we did that one time. Didn't we do a show where it was like all dead silence and we didn't realize it?
We did it was a taped one. We did an entire show, and then I went back and listened to it back, and it was just nothing.
That's awesome.
Nothing, and then we had to go. We had to redo the entire show, and that it was our best show ever too that we did. It was awesome.
That was a good show.
And it was I was so disappointed.
So attached to this email was the IWAR magazine hits. Like once a year or so, the Attaboy will share kind of like how we're doing hit wise, how many times we've downloaded. So I won't read them all, but they peaked at 305 in February.
Shit. I fucked that up.
What?
No, go ahead.
No, sorry. 305 in February. And then
Big Ben.
The IWAR magazine, the special, the one about the BRL 500, which I actually updated recently, had 44 hits in October of last year. So that's still I'd say it averages probably about 200 some odd hits if I had to average all of them out. So that's kind of cool. We got people going back and reading and whatnot. I think one of the projects I've talked to Aaron about, and I mentioned, I think, on one of our previous chats about doing an an IWAR yearbook almanac that would just be the different pictures.
Like a pocket Playboy?
Pretty much. Pocket Fisherman. It would be like a kind of like a Pro Wrestling Illustrated Who's Who type thing, but with the IWAR leagues. So you'd have a picture of Luther Alexander and then kind of his accomplishments.
None.
And I'd write a little recap about him. And then, some guys would have a lot. I want to do a page or pages of what I want to call the Waffle House Flash in the Pan section. And people who were really gave us hope that they were going to be awesome and then disappeared. We've had players that did that. We've had players who came in and like the other night, Aaron and I were talking about how the NWL has a lot of good guys right now. A lot. It's crazy. All of a sudden, the faucet opened, talent poured in, and what's nice is you have all these different promos from different players, and it's kind of a nice, cool, cool feel to it. So, the Jets just scored, by the way. Aaron Rodgers came out of the tunnel and was like, "No!" Sorry to all the Jets fans. You're a Jets fan, right, Alex?
I am. I actually stopped watching football during the butt fumble situation because I put my remote through the TV.
that was a classic.
I gave up. I couldn't do it anymore.
The only time I ever got close to that was 2003 Red Sox Yankees. Tim Wakefield got put in relief. They left Pedro in too long. Wakefield throws the ball. It goes. We turn the TV off. Didn't even watch it leave the park. We were like, F this. So sports hate is the best hate. When Scott and I were kids and writing pen pal letters to each other, one of the things we did often was our top fives. It'd be like top 5 NBA, top 5, football, whatever, teams, players, whatnot, hated players. So the guys in SOS, I introduced them to this the other day. I was listing off my teams I hate, like Montreal Canadiens. I put them against any team I want to see them get maimed. Just go ahead, And I know
Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas Cowboys. You know, a lot of hate on that team. I know as a Patriots fan, I have lots of fans who hate us. That's okay though. We suck now, so we're all right. But yeah, Scott and I used to do those lists. Oh my god, I have some of those old letters. I think I sent them to you, Scott.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have them.
I have file folders full of like old letters from when I was a kid. Although I will say, be careful if you find letters, like old letters your parents wrote to each other when they were young, because they're not always as happy as they are now. So it's like, I just stopped reading. It was like, oh. I was like, oh, this would be really cool. Inside, you know,
Fuck you, motherfucker.
Shit.
You gave me the herpes.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. So
speaking of herpes, no, just kidding.
Segue.
So I know how AI is going to be a big thing moving forward, and you know I've dabbled with the AI art for
Yes.
before I took my hiatus. You know, using AI art to come up with more pictures of Luther than I probably need. Has anyone tried doing the AI for Trash Talk yet?
Yes. Myself, I did it with Senior Lucha. And here's the scary thing. I gave it the parameters of I want a brief promo from a broken down veteran luchador wrestler who is angry the fans have turned. He feels the fans are, cheering younger wrestlers and not him, and he feels that, he's being neglected. And the promo it spit out
Spot on.
was spot on. I didn't do any artwork, but if you go in the NWL, Future Man, Mongo, and Norman the Loon Kevkis, the images he's used for them have been from AI, and they're fun. Obviously, there's different variations.
Yeah.
But boy, I tell you, your Jets just tied the game up, by the way.
Did they?
And recovered a fumble, I think, so they get the ball back. Sorry.
So just I'm gonna show you guys some AI stuff that I've recently done. Well, not recently done, but I had done.
Hate clowns in the house.
Hate clowns in the house.
I'm a big fan of Mike Rampage Sanders. I keep calling him Saunders. Sorry, Sanders, which is a better name, I think. But anyways.
So you see on the screen here.
I see nothing.
That's there.
You lie.
It's there. So that's a.
Oh, I see him now.
Yeah.
What is it, Colossus?
No, I just typed in I think I did Sylvester Stallone drawn by Jack Kirby.
Now, when you do this, are you a paying member of this site?
No. But you can only do it so many times before you only get a certain number of deals here.
What's the website?
I gotta find it. I don't remember off top. I don't.
Dick. Man, I was all like, I'll give the players a thing that I won't.
But it's a pain in the ass to learn. It's not.
So what's the other ones? That's the first one.
Okay, I'll show you some more here. Hold on.
Did you have what if Sylvester Stallone became Akeem the African Dream?
No, but that's not a bad idea. And that's how the parameters are used, basically. You end up doing you have to do a bunch of them to get it right because you'll fuck it up quite often. But kind of part of the deal. Let's take a look at that one.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
One of the barbarian type thing.
It's Luther leading people out of hell, as he is taking over hell, essentially.
But here first.
But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you can end up doing, and you can because you have to be super specific too. You have to be drawn this way and drawn by this one, or Unreal Engine is the video game engine, and they'll do that.
So if I said draw disc wrestled by John Bernstyle, the art guy, the comic book artist.
Yeah.
I always liked his artwork because it was clean emotion, like good emotions on their faces, and it wasn't too goofy looking.
So so it's basically just like that.
Nice.
So.
My daughter's Scott. Don't forget to mention, of course, Amazon affiliate.
Which is down, by the way.
Was it down?
Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know. It's not there anymore.
So the stuff I've been buying is not showing up?
No, like I don't even have access to it anymore. Like,
damn it.
Yeah, I know.
Now I can buy all my butt
Bezos.
creams. Jeff Bezos. That's Mr. Wrestling World. Scott Franklin. Is that 90? 88? 80? No, 90, right?
It looks like 84 based on the size of his collar.
We all had big collars back then.
91.
There's a picture of me when I was oh God, I was like 5 or 6. My grandmother took me to Sears and did a photo shoot thing with me. And the lapels on my shirt are just, I should be meeting Huggy Bear later. It's so bad.
There was an entire year-long period, maybe 2 years, where I wore complete sweatsuits, like gray sweatpants with not even hoodies, like sweatshirts, like matching them. I had gray. I had like an eggplant purple. I had blue. It was just ridiculous, and I just used to rock those. And they would be like, they wouldn't even be like a good brand. It'd be like Hanes, fucking, and they would taper at the fucking bottom with the fucking stretchy parts at the end, and it just looks ridiculous.
I'm wearing that now. Actually, I'm wearing an old work sweatshirt, but I will say I think everyone has fashion faux pas, or like when I was a kid, I had a mullet for a while. It was pretty serious mullet. But like my most ridiculous fashion faux pas were not the Metallica denim jacket. Nope. They were not the black biker jacket. Nope. What they were was one Christmas I got a pair of Z Cavarici pants.
Ooh.
Now, if you remember that name, that was like a fashion. It was like in fashion for a short time.
It was a big deal.
Yeah, and they had the buckle on the side of the hip. So I had it fastened to the side of my hip. And then, do you remember? This is probably your time too, Scott. Do you remember the shirts that had words like "excellence" across the front and like fancy font, and there'd be like a line above and below, and it'd be like all kinds of greatness, like all these random like big superlatives, and they were like on sweatshirts.
Sure it was, but that was the time that there was nothing but like trash bags for me. So
I had a shirt that said "excellence," and I had the Z Cavarici pants.
Nah.
It's like I had Pumas as a kid. I was not a cool kid, like sneaker wise.
I had British Knights, bro. Like, come on now.
That's what I was about to say. I had British Knights too.
Did you ever have Ruse? Zippers in the front, pockets for your stuff?
No, because you couldn't find them in New York.
I did have. You might remember this. Do you remember the Kevin Johnson basketball shoes with the juice, the React juice?
Was that Reebok?
Yes, with the class action lawsuit that I probably should have taken part in.
Yeah.
Because what would happen, and this happened to me, the gel inside, the liquid, the seal would break. And then that seal would seep out and make the bottom of the shoe adhesive. So when I went to take a shot, I jumped up and my shoe stayed in the floor, and I popped my ACL the first time. The small, it was bad, but I was like, I remember I went up, I took the shot, it went in, and I remember falling down and everyone looking at me. And that was what scared me. Everyone stopped to look at me. And I crawled off the floor, got off, and limped away. And then I tried to run a few minutes later and had to wait. And then I ended up having a torn ACL, but it wasn't torn enough. So I had to wait until I totally shredded playing football. Although, fun, yay for me, yesterday at the gym, I ran for the first time since I had my knee replaced.
Okay.
So I was on the basketball court, did some dribbling, started running some bit, and I ran. I probably looked like a complete idiot running because I just felt so weird running with my knee because I was so afraid of and my PT guy was like, "Don't worry, it's gonna feel weird. Just be normal." So I did is I focused on dribbling, instead of the running, and that made it easier to run. So, anyways, LA Gear. I remember LA Gear.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Oh man.
Did the lights on them, right?
Yeah. Did you guys have either Chess King or Telos near you?
No.
How about Hip Zeppy?
No. It's talking
Hip
nonsense.
Zeppy was a Boston-based like hip hop store, and there was 2 locations. One was in like downtown Crossing, which is right in the heart of Boston, and the other was like in yeah, and it was the commercials were just the best. They were so stupid.
We had a clothing store that a lot of us for back to school we wouldn't shop necessarily on the island. Some of us would, but a lot of us would go into the city and buy clothes. And there's a place called VIM. And you look that up.
VIM.
That's where you get the coolest threads, by the way. VIM. New York City.
Well, we have to ask the question, of course. Johnny B, what was your, fashion faux pas? Or let's find out Kim's fashion faux pas.
I'm still pretty sure the man wears an ascot of some sort.
Kim, what is going on today?
With a smoking jacket.
I just picture Kim coming into work and like pounding 2 5-hour energy drinks before she opens the email. It's like I've got 200 emails from guys who run 5,000 wrestlers, and I hit all their strategies right.
You have to give her credit. She is the heartbeat of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
That's a good. Well, probably won't tell us. I was gonna say how big's the staff, but they probably won't tell us. I figure they have like. You ever see those videos where they show like the kids in China making like Apple phones? They just have a bank of kids punching numbers.
I'm gonna say less than 5 total.
Computer 37A, approach the desk. You did not punch in all of the holds for Neo Dragon correctly. Aye! They cut off one of the fingers. It's 13-13 with 2 minutes left. I'm telling you, this game's ugly.
If the Jets pull out a win here, it's going to be embarrassing for the Bills.
It's embarrassing for me because I would, if they had played normal, and Josh Allen had 25 points, I would win my fantasy game this week.
So you tell me that if Rodgers would have played this game, there's a good possibility that the Bills would have got blown out.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, well, Rodgers apparently is. His legs are made of wax paper, so.
Also, his face.
It's gonna be an Achilles tear. You watch. It'll be like a torn Achilles.
Out for the season, like.
Yep. And then he'll just quit and be like, I'm gonna go back together with Olivia Munn.
No, it won't be that bad. It'll be just enough to keep him out. It'll be week to week. It'll be just a minor tear. We're not sure if he comes back this week or not. How about next week? I'm not sure yet. Nope, not coming back this week. But he's getting better.
The Jets pull ahead.
When I was a kid, the Jets had a quarterback named Ken O'Brien, who was supposed to be like the next Joe Montana, and he just wasn't.
He was part of that class with John Elway and was it Dan Marino?
Yeah.
It was like 4 quarterbacks. I think it was Marino, Elway. What's his name from Buffalo?
Kelly, Jim Kelly.
Thank you, Kelly. And then
Warren Moon, was Warren Moon there?
Maybe. I thought Warren Moon played in Canada first.
Maybe.
Anyways. So, as you, the folks listening, always feel free to comment and chime in with, your clothing faux pas, life faux pas, or.
You think we want to look back in like 15 years and be like, man, what the fuck, Crocs? Like, what the fuck were we thinking?
Crocs. I think the problem with Crocs is they're so comfortable.
Like they just look fucking gnarly. Like I don't own a pair.
Oh, they look gross. But
they look fucking.
I actually got given a pair for when I was healing,
No.
but they're not regular. Crocs always have the holes that
Yeah.
ventilate. These look like slippers, but they're the same material, so they're comfortable, but they don't look like Crocs.
Right.
But like I see kids and shoppers at work who has like filthy shoes, and my friend's son, he has those Crocs, and he has a little there's these pins.
Yeah,
they
the
put
pins
in
in
there,
them. Yep.
and I'm like, doesn't that hurt your feet? Like, won't you scrape your foot against the bottom of the pin? Right? That's what pins do.
I mean, I think they have like some sort of protective thing on it. My daughter has those things. So
Does she?
yeah.
What is the well, you guys have kids, so what is the teen thing right now? Like, what do the kids all have besides phones and Crocs?
Well, I think if you go back to school clothes shopping, like my daughter is big into like she has these Nikes, but they're just old looking. Like they look like they're from the 70s.
Okay.
Like they're like I don't know the name off the top of my head, but they look like
they're supposed to look that way?
Yeah, so they're kind of like it's like it was. I guess at the time it would have been like Nike's answer to like Chucks back in the day.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like just what would have been. But she's into that, and the kids right now is TikTok. They're making TikTok videos. They're playing Roblox.
What is Roblox?
Roblox is it's a game within it's a game within a game where people create other games inside of Roblox. So there's like Bloxburg. I hear that like where you you can build a house and you can go to work and you can do stuff. And there's like Adopt Me where you can adopt other players, and it's like people will make these games using like those materials or whatever, those assets, and they'll make other games. Like there's Piggy where you have to hide from this pig that tries to kill you. That looks like Peppa Pig, but like evil, and she comes and tries to kill you. So there's different games that people create. There's one that's like a fashion show. Like you put on these clothes and then you do a fashion show. So that's what my daughter's into.
Like remember Among Us? That was a big game for like 6 months.
Yeah.
And it faded away.
I'm sure Fortnite's still pretty huge right now.
Is it really?
Yeah. Like they get like, oh, now you can play as you can play as Darth Vader, or you can play as because they just added like crazy people. You can play as the Joker.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I've been playing Red Dead Redemption 2. I just started playing it. I'm terrible. I apparently don't realize that when you have a bounty on your head, riding into a town full of lawmen is the way to go. And then I played Baldur's Gate at a friend's house, and Baldur's Gate 3 is really visually stunning, really fun. So I might get that next, but I'm not a big gamer, so I'm trying to break in here and be more gamey.
I'm still playing Skyrim. Like my heavily modded with 493 different mods on my Skyrim. Like Skyrim was it's such a vast concept because it's like a I don't know, like it's a sword and sorcery game, but it has fucking zombies in it and vampires and dragons and werewolves, and it has magic, and it's like the game's been around for fucking 13 years at this point. They still haven't made.
It's been that long?
Yeah, it came up about 13 years ago. Well, 2010ish, 2011. So, and it's the mods in that game that keep it going. So.
Wow. Well, speaking of games,
Super Smash Brothers. Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump in here because every time I've tried speaking, you've jumped over me.
Yeah, man.
Something in on here.
You get a shit in.
So anyway, the Super Smash Brothers is still a big deal too. Cause Joshua went on to there's a team in his high school, and along with the team, if you make the team, then you get on with. I mean, they have they're going to have, I won't say it was a class, but everybody will be part of the team at some point, no matter how good or bad you are. But they're trying to get like a top 10 rating, and they're trying to get the best guys. And Joshua had his first round, and he won. So he's trying to get in on that.
Nice.
Which is good because I couldn't get him to do anything else during or after school. So it's good to see. It's good to see that he's trying something. So that was good.
Yeah,
Also got another thing. We need a moment of silence. The man that made me who I am in the wrestling business died this week. Brett Wayne Sawyer.
Spoiler, you shot him.
No. Have anything to do with him.
No, I know.
Yeah. But it was kind of a surreal. He's 68.
Unbelievable.
And now he gets to go try for those Pearly Gates tag team titles with Daz.
Yeah.
Not that he showed anywhere near the Pearly Gates. So, but who am I to judge?
Oh, you're allowed.
But yeah, that's you. It's the kind of thing where we did an interview, and it was about a week before he passed away. And I'm listening to this interview they did. It was with Hannibal, and this dude's talking to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I went back into signing autographs. You know, I don't like any of that stuff." I'm like, you idiot! Then how do you expect to get any money? And then he starts talking about, well, I'm thinking about. I was talking to Tommy Rich and to Tony Atlas, thinking about getting back into the business. I'm thinking, you're 68 years old, dude. If you had lived, there was no way you were going to be able to get through that.
Yeah.
But that's how Brett was, though. But overall, if it wasn't for him, I would never have been a manager or had made any kind of move toward the business itself. And I did manage one Southern Junior Heavyweight champion. So.
There it is. There it is.
And I also got to manage my best friend, so that's pretty good too.
Well, I dig that.
Thank you. And now on to other things.
So IWA. So I guess we'll start with the BRL, Matt. What's going down in the BRL this cycle?
Well, the BRL. This was the result cycle for the Autumn Anarchy pay-per-view.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of action in that one. Neo Dragon defending the Global Championship in a Hell in a Cell match against Agent 26. Triple threat match with Monster Truck Tanaka, Zydrate, and Hillbilly Kevin. And then, of course, the Buried Alive match between Ghostly Shadows and the Author of Agony, LePage Turner. The McFlaherty brothers challenging El Barbero and Rey Scorpio for the Global Tag. And the Mannequins challenging for the Global Six-Man. And there's some other matches, too, don't get me wrong. But I won't give away all the endings in that. But, lots going on. And BRL's had a dip in activity, but that's to be expected. A lot of guys took some breaks. And, I had to keep in mind that, the league is big as a BRL. I'm trying to get as many people involved as possible, so it's a big challenge. But we just had our, where is it? 607th cycle. So, and now, of course, the league champion gets $25 in out-of-week credit, and the Battle Royal winner gets $25 in out-of-week credit. And that was Jack Whiskey won the $25 in the Battle Royal, and Monster Truck Tanaka won the league championship with a 501. But it should be said that, quick alert, tie game with 2 seconds left, 16-16, overtime ahoy. a doinker. He kicked it off the post. So Tanaka's 501. There's like 4 of the 501s in the same Fed, so probably not going anything, but that's okay. Still good to have a title. Jose and Jose B retain the tag belt. Excuse me. The TV tag champs went to the Samoan Death Grip guys. The Mannequins retained the 6-man belts. There's a new team in there, new manager. It's COT, and it's COT/POLR. I don't know what that stands for. Mike Cook, if you're listening, we need to do a show about stable at some point. Tiny Joradrin, Crusher Kanulita, and Lobo Lethamakitaki. So, TV champions Rory McFlaherty, Jack Whiskey, Stevie Vertigo, Shackles Malone, Canada's strongest man, Gordon Donovan, Gordy, Timberwolf, Squeakums the Clown, the Total Package U.S. Mail, Tiny Joranson, Zombie Hunter Matthew Porter, and Fatty the Butcher round out the regional champions. So, BRL, a lot going on. Excuse me. I would say that just, check the league out. And as we're seeing some players come and go, you're going to see the rankings change a bit. So, yeah.
Yeah, man. I dig that. So what's
You should.
I should dig it. So what's going down in the Black Widow League? What's going on over there?
Who knows?
Okay.
The Black Widow League actually is in between pay-per-views. The next one is No Man's Land, and that's the second No Man's Land one.
Yes. Which I think I came up with that name, by the way.
Yeah, and that's going to be headlined by a monstrously huge match. We're going to have Penny Punk versus Gina Colada versus Aria Gunpowder. Aria Gunpowder is a global champion. Penny Punk is the IWAR world champion, and Gina is the IWGP world champion. So they're going to have a ladder match, triple threat match for all 3 championships at once at that pay-per-view main event. So that's in the works. There was I think the biggest news in the trash talk was a mysterious attack that left a wrestler very bloody, and we don't know who did it. So I was like, oh, who's that going to be? So yeah. Rachel Van Dorn was left beaten and bloody. Rachel Van Dorn, I should also add, this cycle had a 501. And her 501, I believe, is perfect. So she will win the Women's Championship. Knock on wood. Rudy Groove won the TV title and the Battle Royal. Penny Punk, Supreme Court Justice. Aria Gunpowder, the Queen of the Ring. Kilja Chaosin, Mean Gene Green. Betty Than You, Meat Train, Brenda Bring the Pain, Addison Killswitch, and Beulah Booger round out the regional champions. So there you go. That's the BWL. Don't Lavender Fields.
What?
There's a limit of 1 wrestler per manager in the BWL, but it's a very fun league, and it's $5 only each cycle for 6 matches and a Battle Royal entry. So you have lots of fun there. So that's the BWL.
Dig that. So what do we got
Hey,
now?
Alex, what's going on in the IWL?
I don't know.
Oh.
I haven't been there in 6 months.
Ah,
I'm sure it's good.
it is. Not for me, but it's good for others, yes.
It's good for Father Arturo Bartolo with his 4th cycle in a row as the league champion.
No,
It's
that's
good.
not real.
It's not only real, but the
lie.
funny part is when Father Arturo Bartolo and Father Conrad were in the NWL, Father Conrad was the one who stood out as a singles wrestler. But now Father Arturo Bartolo, not only is he a 4-cycle champion, he won the Summer Series, so he's rolling. But yeah, that's 4 cycles in a row, and he could tie the record of 5, which was, I believe, Creed Michaels. There's a name from the past. Let's see here. So TV champion is Shotgun James Carnage, who I believe had a 500. Highlight of the night, Johnny Vegas, Blackjack Robertson, Sam Hain, Steel Cutouts, Ghost, Joe Boring, Big Bad Bob Harris, Suyu Pai, Chase Grace, and Texas Jesse Tombstone round out the regional champions. The Battle Royal winner was Hombre Muerto Zeras. So they arrived from the NWL, and Nightmare Court making a big impact right off the bat. League Tag Champs, part of the number line is 26.1, 26.2. Then we have Texas Jesse Tombstone, Blackjack Robertson take the TV tag. The Von Schnapp brothers take the League tags, League 6-man, sorry. And the TV 6 go to the regulators. So all that excitement. And I think the league's ramping up towards Royal Flush, which is a big next pay-per-view. So Grammar Police are calling out number lines. I'm looking forward to them having a beef. Zanroar is mixing it up with his old enemies from Nightmare Court. There's a lot going on. So, Steel Cutouts is mad that Barry Stevens is leaving. Had some harsh words for him. He's, trying to destroy the Shotgun Kid. So lots going on.
Fantastic.
Do you dig that?
I do dig it. So what's next?
Well, I think we have someone here who could talk about that.
Oh.
WTL.
More like WTF.
WTF, that is absolutely right. Wow. Well, I guess if we're going to talk about it, let's get down to this thing. Western Frontier champion, SOS Lance Pants.
I think that's Derek, right?
Love that name.
Lance Pants.
Lone Star champion, SOS, the Gambler, Jack Potts. That would be Matt's guy.
Is it?
Yep.
Is there a limit for WTL, by the way?
This is the normal 6.
6? Okay.
10, 6, I think.
6. Go to SOS OMR, Natural Born Thriller, TJ Driller. As your Central Plains champion, New Mexico champion, Atomic Shogun. That's Larry's guy.
Yes.
Dodge City champion, Cowboy Schlitz, which is also a Larry type of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Tombstone champion, SOS OMR, the prototype, Pierre Rush. Prairie View champion from the Gun Group, the Brains, Bo Buckshot. They run wild around here, as you can tell.
Jets win. Jets win. So.
Get the fuck out of here.
Return to punt, 4th down punt, kick for run back touchdown. I hate the Jets, but good for them. Josh Allen just choked it away. So glad I drafted him. Dick. Yep, there it is. I'm trading him away.
And you had Diggs looking at him before before any of this kickoff return even happened. Wow.
Aaron who?
Well, it's not Aaron when you've got the Widowmaker champion, Benji Buckshot. That's who. Got the Badlands champion, AOD. Mid-South Maxwell. Good luck, Chuck. Cripple Creek champion, former league champion, Outlaw Ace and Eights. Southwest champion, the Trash Man, Balls Buckshot. And that Chisholm Trail champion, the Spittoon, Loogie.
That's right.
Hey, Alex,
Yeah.
do you get tired of those little blue things running around your house?
The
I'm
balls?
not talking about your
Blue
I'm not
balls?
talking about your pills when you pour them out of your cup or anything. Those little blue things, you know, they've been around for years because they've shown up in the WTL, and we're not finding a way to get rid of any of them. And that'd be the Smurfs.
Smurfs. Unbelievable.
Exactly. So when you got these tag team champions, the Smurfs, brainy and clumsy, the Smurfs.
Are they managed by
Doesn't
Smurfette
stop
at
there.
least?
Does not stop there though. Then you go into the Lone Star Tag Champs, and once again it's the Village Wise Men, Grandpa Smurf, and the Village Chief, Papa Smurf.
Unbelievable. Where's Gargamel at? That's my question.
I have no clue. I'm sure that we will see him soon.
Nice. Did the cat have a name? That fucking cat? Does anyone know?
He did have a name.
That show sucks. That and the fucking that Smurf sucked. And Snorks, was it Snorks? Was it Snorks? That
Snorks.
That show
Yes.
sucks. Fucking Shirt Tails fucking sucked. Man, hated that shit. I'm sitting there I'm just waiting for like Spider-Man and his amazing friends and stuff. And I got worse.
And
I
you
got
get the Snorks.
yeah. I'm like, what? That's a piece of shit. I mean, man, fuck that show. Unbelievable. He's no Woody Woodpecker.
The Western Frontier 6-man champs. There's no Smurfs there. It's Wyatt, Wayne, and Bart Saturday who usually hold them all the time anyway. In your Lone Star 6-man champs, Lone Ranger, it's from the AOD. Lone Ranger, Mid-South Maxwell, and Night Court. And rounding out the Bunkhouse Brawl winner for this cycle, AOD Mid-South Maxwell. Sorry, Chris. But if you go and look, just really quick, you look at your top 5, and you've got Ron Logan in there, Leon Phoenix, a lot of big stars. Except number 1 pops up, and it's Senor Lucha.
Who the hell brought him there?
Damn right.
He's way too close to the border too. He should be getting deported.
Senor Lucha.
And why do I bring up Senor Lucha? Because if you end this whole cycle, you get to a really big deal that we're having. And the famed commissioner's report has been hijacked and stolen from the stagecoach that it left for 2 months in a row.
Unbelievable.
So we're trying to find out who is doing this and what kind of problem that we're going to have with this whole thing.
It's probably Lucha, this dumbass.
We're thinking it's Lucha.
Yeah.
Does anyone else stand out in the WTL? Any interesting characters that we need to know about?
Well, you know, it's Matt's 73 guys and other. No, well, you know, you have former world champion Ron Logan, but you know, he can't win anything lately because he's been helping the commissioner try to figure out what's going on.
That's fair.
The theft.
That's right.
The Saturdays are really good. They've been doing a great job. Hopefully, they will keep doing what they're doing, and you know. But we've got a solid base of guys. Just need to
nice
kick it up a little bit more.
Nice. So,
and we will do that.
Man, I dig that for sure. So I guess we're gonna wrap up.
No, we got more leagues.
What? What is this nonsense?
We got the CWL and the NWL.
What?
Yeah.
I'm so used to only 4 leagues. I'm sorry.
That's all right. I can go to the Continental Wrestling League. This is commissioned by Jeremy, and his report looks very nice. Here's the champions. So number 309, league champion Axel von Schnapp. All right, so TV champion Alistair Omega. The American Patriot, Zeb Martin, Genetic Freak, Izzy Armageddon, Nature Boy, Phil Landers, Barry, USA Stevens, Reese Rutledge, the Sailor Jericho Cross, Armageddon, Master Sadist. And then the tag champs are Axel and Alex von Schnapp.
Those motherfuckers are still around?
I have them in 2 leagues now. I have them in tag league with this league. They're a tag team. And then the other one, there's trios. Because you can't have a legit shot at the Idaway report as a tag or a 6-man unless you have 2 different entities. TV tag champs, more damn Smurfs. The Bad Smurf, Druggy Smurf, and Big Fatty, Greedy Smurf.
And that's the tag team name, more damn Smurfs.
Yeah. The 6-man champs, Yoka Puddings, Muriel Puddings, and Single Dorito inside a bag of Sun Chips. I don't even know who that is, but HT is the stable name. And then the 4 Horsemen, but it's spelled Hoarse men. So the Boogeyman, Casey Omega, the Enforcer, Steely Danielson, and the Yacht Rocker, Rupert Cole. Zeb Martin won your Battle Royal in 25 free matches, so that's a nice bonus there. Just a quick aside on this league. Jeremy took it over. He's rebuilding it, so he's got people coming in and trying to work and recruit. Strategy-wise, one of the players asked about, well, will the Idaway let you know if you double a hold or do certain things?
Nope.
As a general rule, they won't. But if you send them incomplete strategies, they will say, hey, we got this. It's not complete. Can you please finish it? So this is past Wednesday. I was at work. I didn't notice my phone vibrating. So when I checked my email at lunch, I had urgent. Your strategies are missing holds in the 6th spot for your wrestlers in CWL. And it was for the Von Snapps. So here's the thing. I gave them the 28s as a drop. So they were missing number 1 and number 5. And the way the IWA does it, if you're missing a hold, the first hold they'll put in numerically is number 1. If you don't have it. If you already have 1, it goes to number 2 and so forth, right? So I lucked out because the hold I didn't have, I had 1 and 5. So they put 1 in, and it worked out for the best. So yay me. But just be aware that if you double a hold, they won't always, I don't think they let you know. But if you are missing information, they will send it to you. Like one time I sent it to them, and for whatever reason, it cut off my opponents for the wrestlers. And I got an email saying, hey, can you fix this? Sure. I one time got it where, for whatever reason, the strategy was gobbledygook. It didn't go right. So on the fly, I made a strategy up. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, you made a strategy. Was it a 501? No, it was a 480 something. So the lesson here, don't have to make up a strategy on the end, in the last minute. So CWL is going to be sanctioning some commissioner championships. So those are in the works. If you check out the CW report, it's really, really good. Now, you should know that Jeremy is a 2-time winner of the IWAR Contributor of the Year.
Yep.
His Blaze report, 411, where he recaps the trash talk, is very well written. And it's a great way to, if you want to check out the league, read through the 411, because you get last cycle's recap of their information, and then you get, of course, the new cycle.
And he has Samantha Solely on loan.
He does. Although I'm going to petition him to make a guy called Cliff Notes as the official spokesperson for the Blaze 411, even though it's Fahrenheit. There's some pictures in here, some wrestlers. This is a chock full of fun report. It really is. So, of course, there is Earl Patrick, referee. I never noticed that before. So, some fun stuff. Although Pamela Paulshock on Call the Commentary looks a little rough around the edges, if you get my meaning.
She looked pretty rough around the edges in 1998 also.
Yeah. So, there it is. So that's the CWL for you.
I dig it, man.
And now I know what you're thinking. What? But wait. There's more.
There's more.
And happy to see Leon will be back this cycle. Yay. Hate Clown back in action. The NWL number 206, retaining the league championship. Future Man, winning 10 free matches. TV champion Mongo. I'm going to butcher some of these names. So, regional champions include Tsuyoshi Mizuku, I think. Norman the Loon Kefkis, AJ Hammer, Mike Rampage Sanders, Rachel Yamazaki, the Jury Jason Roberts, the Grey Wolf Doug McMaster, Old Gray Hair, which we all know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Heinrich Schroeder.
Right in the pubes.
Right? Oh, that's, yep, okay. Mayor of Nightmares, Anthony Roberts, all regional champions. Our tag champs retaining Future Man and Mongo. The TV tag champs in Executioner Ellie De La Roberts and the Jury Jason Roberts. And then winning 5 free matches for retaining the 6-man are Future Man, Mongo, and Norman the Loon Kefkis. Our 6-man TV champs are Old Gray Hair, Executioner Ellie De La Roberts, and Muscle Man Jack Pander, and what I call the old IWA 6-man champions. Look at this, randomly paired these guys up, so I love it. Love that kind of thing. And the Battle Royal winner was AJ Hammer. So AJ Hammer, 55-0, I might add. Yeah. So congrats to all the new arrivals. Greg E. Money is a new arrival, and he wrote to me, so we got him in the mix. I just want to mention like Sabotage, Krakatoa, He-Man Hoven, Al Grandioso, Docs Holland, Chester the Convict Manning. Like, these guys are all bringing it when it comes to creativity. Mad Dog Tate Murdoch. His record's not that great right now, but you know what? Give it time, it'll bounce back. Lots of good promos. It's funny because for a while we were kind of like on a trend down. We lost a lot of players to graduation, but it's the NWL is, as they say, on the come, baby.
Twice if you're lucky.
That's right. I still say, if you have a chance to watch it, the Magnum TA, I'm gonna come all over you promo.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Fantastic promo, because
I want to come on you like I've never come on another man before.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, it's such a, because it starts off and he's like talking revenge, and if I remember correctly, that's the one where they jump in the locker room and break his arm or beat him up or whatever. But it's just a great promo when it's so stupid. Oh. Anyway, so NWL, please check it out. And I should mention this too. The All Rookie Cup is underway. And in round 1, it was the Mayor of Nightmares, Anthony Roberts, advancing over Ricky Wolfie King, Doug McMaster over Chester the Convict Manning by 1 point, AJ Hammer over Muscle Man Jack Pander, Greg E. Money over Mad Dog Tate Murdoch, the Mike Rampage Sanders over Hebrew Hammer, Norman the Loon Kevkis over Principe Oscuro de Sangre, He-Man Hoven over Krakatoa, Sabotage lost to Double D Christoph. You know how I feel about Double D's.
You sure do.
Yeah. So
you also got a thing for inverted nipples too, but we're not going to talk about that.
No, that was a bad experience. I do want to mention that the IWAR fall events are coming up. So this includes the Bound for Glory series, Tag Team Derby, the Triple D Cup 6-man tournament, the War Games, the IWAR Draft, and in the holiday cycle, the Ladder Match Battle Royal. Well, I'm here to tell you, I sent information out on this. I let people know we're doing a special, super duper special, where we're making any event just $1 to get into. The IWAR Draft's free. except for the ladder match. But like all the fall events, the Bound for Glory, Tag Derbies, Triple D Cup, War Games are all $1 to enter. So
Just enough for Luther Alexander.
it's right. I would buy that
For $1.
for $1.
For
Right.
$1.
I want to get more people involved. So if you're listening and you haven't signed up yet, please drop me a line. So that's
And if you need $1, I got a couple of dollars.
there you go. Well, you're supporting some allowances.
That's right.
I like money. I could always use some more.
Gotta take care of my daughter. Hey,
That's right. Oh man.
what was the thing now? Alex, oh, it was your mom. No, it's not your mom this time. Tell your wife I said hello.
Well, you got to come back over and get your wallet. So
Damn. I was wondering why I didn't have any money in my
there you go.
savings account.
There you go. It was a scheme all along to get your millions.
Yeah.
All right. So
Guess I'll have to keep going in the IWA then.
That's fair. That's fair.
well, hopefully next time, if Derek is not exhausted from work, and Aaron's here and Jeremy's here, we can load the show up.
Yeah, load it up. Load it up.
All right.
All right, boys. So for Matt Riley, for Scott, for Nuke, the Secret Weapon, I'm Alex G. Have a good night.